how to deal with depression, heartbreak and loneliness. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Child of the Universe. I'm Noor, an intuitive healer and a tarot card reader. So a few days ago I asked you guys on my Instagram account to tell me, whatever, to ask me questions about whatever things that you're struggling with, and something that probably I could help you with. And I got a few questions, and today I'm gonna answer those questions asked by you guys. And if you are someone who's not following me on Instagram, go follow me right after this video, or just go pause the video right now and go follow me on Instagram. A disclaimer before you actually start watching the video. So this video was shot somewhere in the last week of October, and for some reason or the other it just kept on getting delayed and I could not post this or anything else. But I so believe that everything kind of like happens in the divine timing, and whenever anything is needed it shows up. And somehow it didn't I was not able to post it at that point of time, and so maybe it was not really needed at that point of time. So yeah, enjoy. So without any further ado, let's dive deep into the video. Okay, so the first question that we got was how to move on, then 2 dots, and then depression. So although the question is not very clear about what that person needs to move on from, but that person is clearly depressed and needs a little bit of help. So first of all, I would like to tell you that whatever I say comes completely from my experience and what I have learned in my own life through my own hardships, and so I'm not a therapist, although I have studied psychology and I have gone through like different kinds of therapy, and like neuro-linguistic programming therapy, hypnotherapy, past life regression hypnotherapy, and counseling and different form. And I've also gone to holistic healers and used holistic healing modalities like Reiki, EFT, guided meditation, and now I'm using my favorite self-help tool called tarot that you all know. You watch my videos, I am a tarot card reader, so yeah, that's one of my favorite tools. I've read books, but I'm not a therapist. So if you're someone who is in a very bad shape, you feel suicidal or the depressive thoughts are haunting you, please go see a counselor, a therapist, a psychologist. It's really gonna help you. And today, here, sitting over here, I will help you with whatever I know, whatever I have learned. So this person is saying that they want to move on from something and they don't know how to. So according to me, we feel depressed when we are still living in a past situation, or when we're still craving for a past situation to come back, like in the present situation, but it's not happening. Either this person has lost a job or a relationship or something else that this person didn't want to lose, or something that this person held really closely. I see you, I can feel what you're going through because I've been there. So I first faced depression in my life when I was not even 16 years old, and I used to have suicidal thoughts too, and very depressive thoughts. I also lost a lot of weight because I was not able to eat properly, and I was not to voice my opinions at that point of time. The 15-year-old me couldn't voice my opinions. So my first suggestion or advice to you will be to go to someone who feels safe to you and to talk about how you feel from inside. And if you feel like there is nobody that you feel safe enough to talk to, please journal, please write it out. Writing out whatever hurts you really helps you. You know, that has always helped me since I was a little girl. Writing whatever shit goes in my head has always helped me, and I know that it will help you too. Also, one thing that has really helped me through all my depressive episodes is my fighter spirit. So I remember even at the age of 15, when I faced my first depressive episode, I told myself, I'm a lioness. I can go through anything what life throws at me. I've always called myself a warrior princess, somebody who has a lot of strength and courage to go through anything that life throws at her. And you know, you might feel really weak right now, but you're not. Trust me, you are not weak. You know, you become what you call yourself. You know, I have seen people who call themselves brave and strong, me included. So these people are the ones who know that there is light at the end of the tunnel and keep on going looking for their own light. Whereas I've also known people who keep on telling themselves, I'm weak, I can't do it. I think I've been there too. And I've been in both these places, and definitely the place where you call yourself strong and brave is much more empowering as compared to where you call yourself weak or that you can't do it. The truth is that you can. You have so much strength within you that you aren't even aware of. You know, try to remember the moments in the past where you have faced so many struggles, and although it sucked while you were in that particular period of struggle, still you came out of it. You know, wherein you rose like a phoenix from the ashes. Oftentimes it's just we just underestimate our own strength. So I suggest you to remind you of your own power. Nobody can really hurt you emotionally, mentally, unless or until you let them. You know, you can actually make yourself so strong emotionally and mentally that, you know, no matter what anybody says, you can still be like a rock, to be honest. And it really doesn't matter what anybody else says. What matters is how you feel. What matters is what you think. And how are you thinking about yourself right now? You know, ask these questions to yourself. Take some time out for yourself. I know you feel sad right now. I know you feel powerless right now. But there's a way out. There's a way out of all this suffering, and you have the power to take yourself out of all this suffering. And you have to believe in that power of yours. You have to believe in your own strength, and that you can come out the other side of this depression, because you don't deserve to be here. You deserve to be happy, my love. You deserve to be as happy as you can be. And you know, the most important thing that actually always helped me to come out of my depressive episodes was my belief and faith in God. You know, even when I was 15 years old, when I was in 11th standard, I had so much faith in the universe, in God. At that point in time, I never used to call God universe. It's just over the years I developed that. So I had so much faith in God. You know, I literally as a kid, I used to write letters to God complaining, or you know, asking to change some things that I didn't like. And I think God has always been my strength whenever I struggled. Whenever I felt powerless, I relied on God's power, on God's strength, and not my own. Because you don't have to do it alone. I think I said it in the last video too. It was the universal guidance for October. But you don't have to do it alone, Naila. You can write a letter to God, share your problems with her, him, her, whatever God or goddess you believe in. Whatever is troubling you, give your burdens to them, because they know it better than you how to take you out of the situation, and they will. Faith is required, trust in God is required. You know, all this thing reminds me of this one thing that my mother says, that not even a leaf falls from a tree without God's permission. So, you know, whatever you're going through right now actually is for your highest good. God has put you in that situation so that a child of His can learn something out of it. This child of God can become wiser. And more than being wiser, you know, when you come out of a situation which was hard to come out of, you come out of it with a lot of wisdom. And when you have that wisdom, you can actually share it with others and help them to get out of their own problems. So if I didn't go through the depressive episodes I went through years ago and still go through sometimes, I wouldn't have become the person that I am today. I wouldn't have been able to help anyone. You know, I wouldn't have been able to start a YouTube channel or
help my own clients.
You know, all I'm trying to say is whatever happens for you is happening for your highest good. Whatever is happening to you in the moment, it might feel like it sucks, but truly it is happening so that you can learn something out of it and you can become more of who you are. And you know, there's a quote in which they say that whenever you come out of the storm, you're never the same person that you were. You know, and no matter how hard you try, you can never go back to the person that you were before you entered the storm. And that is because the person that came out of the storm is much more wiser, has learned a lot of things, and that person cannot simply unlearn those things that he or she has learned. The third thing that I would like to suggest you that will actually help you with moving on is to understand that it's a journey. Moving on is a process. You can't do it in 1 or 2 days.
I actually want to add that it really depends upon how emotionally invested you are in a particular thing or a relationship. That affects how much time you take to move on.
That moving on is a process. Some days you want to hold on tightly to a person, a job, or a house, whatever it is, and some days you just want to let it go. It might happen that you might take 2 steps and then you fall back again. You try to make yourself happy and then all the feelings of sadness and depression come again. But the key here is to understand that those 2 steps matter more than the fall that you had right now. And you're always making progress no matter how much you think that you're falling. The key here is to pick yourself up and tell yourself that no matter how many times you fall, you're still gonna get up, you're still gonna bounce back, and it is progress that matters the most. Even if you're making the tiniest of progress to move on from a certain situation or a certain person, that is more than anything in the world for you right now. Be extremely gentle on yourself, and how you're feeling right now. Allow yourself to feel whatever you're feeling, because the only way to release the pain, to move on, is to feel the pain that is inside. You can try and numb it with alcohol, sex, Netflix, food, whatever you want. You cannot let go of the pain until you allow yourself to feel it. And bit by bit, day by day, as you allow yourself to feel the pain and not try to run away from it, you start moving forward from the thing that you were so attached to. And it really comes to the point where you understand the fact that the reason that you're feeling sad isn't even love for that thing or that person anymore. It's just the attachment, what is keeping you there. And accepting the situation, accepting that that situation, that job or that relationship has ended, and just making peace with it, which is not as easily done as it can be said, it is what is actually going to bring you peace. We can live in denial for as long as we want to, but at some point of time we have to accept that some job or some relationship or something has ended, and we gotta move on. We need to just let it go, because we deserve better, we deserve the best. And when you start accepting that it is finally over, you start taking steps towards your own growth and expansion. Now that there is a void in your life because something left your life, you've been given this opportunity to actually work on your own growth and expansion. And you can do it by starting to exercise, do it by starting to work on your career, improving your family relationships, or in any area that you think needs growth and development. And there's one more thing that actually really helped me to move on from anything that didn't serve me in my life anymore. That was exercising or doing yoga or dancing, basically any physical activity that makes my body to move. So what happens is, the pain, whenever something leaves our life, it doesn't only get stored in our heart or in our mind, it also gets stored in our body.
And for the skeptics who don't believe about this concept, can read about how trauma gets stored in the body and how scientists have found more and more evidence of the connection between the mind and the body, and how both the things impact each other.
So to move that pain out of your body, you have to move your body, so that energy that's stuck in your body can move. And of course, there's so many benefits of exercising and moving your body. It really helps you. It's really good for your own health, and it is really important for you in this now moment more than ever, when you are at a low point in life, to take care of yourself, your health, mental, physical and emotional. And I would say it's not easy to talk about these things, especially when you have gone through these things. It is not easy to talk about these things, because I have my own memories attached to all this, and that is why I'm not very happy talking about this topic. But I really feel that somebody can learn through my experience, and that is why I'm sharing what I've got. Hi guys, that was the October Noor. This is the January Noor, who is much more stronger, much more confident, much more comfortable being who she is and showing up as who she is. And yeah, guys, I felt so guilty for not being able to show up on YouTube. But I also understood how important taking time out for yourself and keeping yourself and making yourself and your well-being a priority is, because let's be honest guys, 2020 was hard and so much was happening and so much is still happening behind the scenes that you guys have no freaking idea about. Also, 2021 has such fresh energies, it has like a very beautiful vibe to it, and it's like another chance for us to get it right. And also another chance for me to get consistent on YouTube, because why not? Okay, so now we will like quickly move through the behind the scenes of what I was doing when I was not showing up on YouTube, because I really want to like update you guys on what was happening. And let me tell you, there was so much happening behind the scenes. And also guys, before I actually go and start talking about behind the scenes, I want to tell you that this video has part number 2 which will come out soon. This video was getting like way too long, and that is why I decided to like answer one question in part 1 and the second question in part 2. And also guys, I wasn't like in my happiest state when I shot this October video. Like things were pretty like chaotic for me in like my own personal life, and I think that's what depicts the reality of how we human beings are. Like sometimes happy, sometimes sad, sometimes high, sometimes low. Okay, so now let's get straight to the behind the scenes. So while talking about behind the scenes, I want to share that I always get questions from people that why you decided to be a tarot card reader, why not an English professor, why not a PR or a writer or something like that, because I have a master's degree in English literature. And guys, I did not become this person that I am today overnight. I have a story to tell. One in which I struggled, made a lot of poor choices, and rose from the ashes to become the strong woman that I am today. A story from which you can get hundreds of wisdom nuggets, and you can learn so much from my experience. That is actually what I shared in November. So I recorded a podcast episode with my soul sister Khyati Bhavani. You can find her on Instagram. She's at the Metaphysics Magic. I'll put it down here. And we recorded a podcast about how, like, the name of the podcast was Rising from the Ashes. And that's what I did. And I would love for you to watch it. If you want to learn from my journey, and if you want to know how I became the person that I am today, so confident, so comfortable in showing up as who I am, helping so many people from different parts of the world to like live a life of freedom, love and happiness, then you gotta listen to that podcast. I'm gonna be putting the link in the description box under the video, and make sure you listen to it. That podcast is like 100% raw, 100% authentic me and my story. And yeah, also I want to share with you guys that we are now a family of 1500 people on my Instagram at Child of the Universe 8. So if you don't know about it, if you're not following me there, go follow me, because there's like so much of uplifting, empowering content on my Instagram that is waiting for you to dive in. And if you're here and you're listening to me right now, I think you should totally do that. And also in the past few months, I did not a lot of, but like a few Instagram lives. So I have like, which is a big thing for me, guys. And I am very confident when it comes to my work and everything, but I'm a very shy person. If you meet me in person, I am not somebody who's like an extrovert. I'm very shy. I take my time to open up, and it like took a lot of courage for me to like do those Instagram lives. So I have done like 4 Instagram lives until right now. 3 I did it with like other people, other mentors, and 1 I did it alone. Yay! Yes, so I did 1 alone. I did it post Christmas. It was my Christmas gift to my followers, my Instagram family, and I answered 1 free question for everybody with the help of tarot, and it turned out really well. I had a lot of fun doing it. And also guys, in the past few months, I've had the privilege to meet so many different people like online from different parts of the world, and to work with them as a mentor. And in other words, I'm like expanding my business slowly, and I've had clients from America, from Canada, and from different parts of the world, and I'm so happy that we are all able to connect through internet. And because of internet, the world has become like such a small place, and I just wanted to share it because like it makes me very happy. So this one client of mine, Samantha Winner from New York, she said that like she felt very light after she started talking to me, and like basically after the session I've also like made new friends, and they say exactly the same thing. And I'm not bragging, I'm just stating the facts, And I'm gonna leave the review of Samantha right here. If you wanna pause and read the review of Samantha, you can read it here, and that can help you decide if you ever wanna like have a tarot card reading with me in future. So yeah. Also guys, I like teach beautiful, lovely, divine creatures of God, aka children. So I recently started teaching very young children. So I used to teach before I started my business. I was an IELTS trainer, I was a spoken English trainer in Bangalore first, and then an IELTS trainer, and then I was also teaching a lot of kids. And then I stopped because I wanted to like expand my business and my work. And now I started teaching again, and it is so much fun. I get to learn so much from them every day. And also like I have become even more like disciplined with my health. When it comes to exercising, I go to gym every day and I work out every day. I do it because it makes me feel so good. I do it because it really helps me to release all my negative emotions in the gym. So when I'm in the gym, I just forget about everything else in the world. Like when I am on a cross trainer, I forget the world. Like it's like meditation for me. I've fallen deeply in love with exercising, with taking care of my body, my health, mental, emotional, physical, all kinds. And I think that's what we gotta do. We gotta take care of ourselves first, because if we are not taking care of ourselves, we try to do something, it does not give like the best results. When you're well rested, when you're well slept, when you're eating well, like the amount of good results that you can have, when you're doing all these things, cannot be compared to what results you can achieve when you are like only working and basically like burning yourself out. And that has been like the main aim of my life, to make my life even more simpler, even more relaxing, even more pleasurable, and at the same time doing the shit that needs to get done, getting paid for my services and everything. Which, by the way, if you guys wanna like book an online tarot card reading session with me, all you have to do is like DM me on Instagram at charlotteuniverse8, or you can also email me at my email that I'll also be putting down in the description box under the video. So if you ever feel called to like work with me and get clarity and guidance on your particular situation, feel free to DM me. And if you're here till the end, I love you so much, like so much. You have my heart. and and just let me know in the comments how you found this video to be. This is like my first video of 2021, my comeback video. I don't know how many more times I'm gonna do a comeback like this, because I know like in 2020, after every few months, like I was like disappearing a bit and then coming back, disappearing and then coming back. But I plan to be more consistent. But yeah, and I hope that it turns out the way I want it to be. But if it does not, I think I'm just gonna be gentle on myself and let it be. Like, putting pressure on yourself does not make any sense to me. And although I'm saying it, I still do that sometimes. I put a lot of pressure on myself to get things done. Like sometimes, not all the times. And then I end up procrastinating even more. Like, there's no point of putting pressure on yourself, guys. There's no point of doing that. Like, be easy on yourself, do what you love, and allow yourself to have fun while you're doing it. And if it does not feel like fun, if you feel like you're forcing it, please just rest for a while. Like, take care of yourself. Or maybe if you completely hate what you do, then find something else. Find your passion. What do you love to do? And do that. I know it sounds easy, and people will be like, oh, I can't leave my job to pursue my passion. Then do it as a side thing, bro. Do it as a side business or something. But do what sets your soul on fire. Do it, because it brings you so much of happiness. Being who you are, showing up as that, doing what you love. Dude, that is like another level of happiness. And I guess that's all I have to say. And the part 2 is coming out, to stay tuned for that. And also shower some love in the comments below. And if you haven't already, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and press that bell notification right next to it so that you get notified whenever I upload the video. So yeah, I love you, sending you so much of love and light. See you super soon.